Yeah, I think that the main outflows of capital from Saudi Arabia for the past 5 years, we can say, most influentially are from government entities, PIF, etc. So I think there was a very big focus on international investments from that pocket of money, shall we say. Then had a spill-on effect, I think, to the wider Saudi investor landscape. So there was a lot of interest from private investors, family offices, to also invest internationally. I think if we look today, where everything is and where the focus is, I think that fundamentally family businesses are still very powerful in Saudi Arabia. It's where a lot of the private wealth is. And so if you're talking about structural cooperation abroad, very often you'll see that family businesses are looking, the way that they're strategically looking abroad will be somehow related to the family business. So it's not necessarily to do with pure asset allocation. I think there's still a very strong bias towards families striking deals and doing business from their family business. So I still think that's probably one of the main non-government flows of capital and interest internationally for Saudi investment. Yeah, I think ultimately it all depends on the discipline of the family and the discipline of the investor. So, like if I talk to people here today, a lot of people are telling me that a lot of investors are saying that they want to focus on, home bias. So every region has a home bias typically. It seems that a lot of the new initiatives that I see being cropping up in the region are for local deals, local VC, local private equity. And so naturally the interest does follow there as well. In terms of structural asset allocation abroad, it really depends on the family. So there are some families that they'll have, 20% or whatever it is needs to be abroad. But oftentimes with investments, the capital can follow where the interest is. And I think what we're seeing here is a moment where local Saudi deals are incentivized. They are of interest for a lot of families. And so, look, I'm not to say it's a trend up or down, but I think that seems to be the focus for now, unless you have a very disciplined group which is then consistently allocating overseas. So, like you said, I think Vision 2030 is still the key ingredient when you're trying to understand where the capital has been allocated for the past several years. Saudi Arabia is not going to cease its strategic aims in 2030. There will be some sort of Vision 2.0 for sure, whatever that looks like. The trends that you're seeing a lot of capital go into, AI, infrastructure, gaming, tourism. These are all huge projects that need to be realized and seem to be consistent within what the government entities are investing into. So I think that's still going to be the main driver of the majority of capital outflows. As it comes to private investors, it will always be a function of the sophistication of the investor, the opportunity sets, and how much capital there is to deploy. But I fundamentally think that just like Vision 2030 was so influential in the capital outflows, whatever it looks like beyond 2030, will surely be the main variables that we'll have to watch for capital deployment from Saudi.